It's 1 minute till showtime.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. And now, on with the show.
Hello, everybody, and happy Tuesday. My name is Jim. This is More Sunshine, Please, the Tuesday evening live stream. Thank you for being here. Coming up on the show, we're going to play some games. I've got a top 15 list. Shoot the breeze. But before we do any of that, I like to celebrate the first 3 people that find their way into this chat. So let's do that right now if it's okay with you. I'm going to do it anyway, but let's head over to the comments. And as I saw earlier, and many of you did too, today's gold medalist is Noah. Hello, Noah. And congratulations on your gold. Paul Eichenlaub is our silver medalist. And the crew at It's Joey's World is today's bronze medalist. Thank you for your training, your effort, and your punctuality. Who else is here? Keith, BDF, welcome in. Good to see you. Samantha Lowe, hello. Fox Hollow, how are you? Doing well, I hope. Mar in Memphis, greetings on a stormy Tuesday in Memphis. It is actually, I'm not trying to outdo you. Please stay safe. But there is a little storm outside as well, and I hope my power stays. I hope we don't have a power outage. But it doesn't seem to be a bad one, so. But you never know. So if I go dark, it's because my power went out, and that's why. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, I just heard it. I just heard the thunder. So it's there. It's there. Pepper Tree Villa, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Donna Jaworski Seasons, greetings to you. Michelle the Quilter, hello. And thanks for spending a bit of your Tuesday with us. R. Johns, hello to you as well. Hope you're well. Go Bears. I was thrown for a second. I see Go Bears, and I immediately turned to the NFL, and I forgot what shirt I was wearing. Yes, Golden Bears. That's fun. I forgot I was wearing this. Rob Fuzz is here. Yeah, I moved where my sounds are. And I was about to turn over here, and then I realized, you don't have to do that. Rob, incidentally, has a premiere right after this show. So 8 o'clock, I'm guessing, he got the copper medal. Hey, people steal copper for its value. I don't see people stealing bronze. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong about that. I'm not a thief. I don't know. Today's copper medalist, Rob Fuzz, everybody. What else is here? Did I get through everybody? It's Joey's World. Yes, I did. Hello again. I think so. I don't know. Indeed. My pleasure, Rob, with the horns. What's going on with me? Not much, other than I won't be having a show next week. I'll be out of town again next Tuesday. So, Rob, if you want to premiere on 7 p.m. on Tuesday, it's open. I'm not doing anything. But yeah, visiting family again, and we need to do that before I have to go back to work in August. So we're checking our boxes and getting all the. Oh, what's this? Keith is. Catalytic converters are getting stolen for precious metals. Let me write that down in case things get difficult here. I don't even know who to sell stuff like that to. I guess where they take scrap metal. I don't know. And then for people that steal copper tubing, don't the people know that are purchasing it? Don't they know it's stolen? I don't know. It's not my world. Movie Mania Nick, welcome in. Hi. What's going on here? Let's just get into the show. I came across an interesting TikTok filter I want to show you. I never write down what the filters are called if anybody's ever interested in experimenting with these themselves. This one, unlike making my face look different, this one adds water to the frame as if you are wading or shoulder deep in water. And I think it's called water surface. I have no idea what it's called. I forgot to write it down. But what I'm going to show you is that artificially water has been placed on the screen. What's cool about the filter is when I make myself look like I'm going below the surface of the water, it ripples like that. And when I raise my hand, a ripple of water appears as if my hand was doing that. So I'll be over here, and it'll pop up right here. This filter is some sort of water TikTok filter. Here it is. There I am in my living room, and I'm pretending now to hold my breath as I go under the water. And you can see the ripples on the surface of the water there. There's my hand. And, yeah, that was it. Which is kind of cool. I don't know why. I don't know the purpose of that filter other than it's just fun to play with once. But can I just show you again and then ask you, what's going on with my lips? I look like a silent movie star. It's not like I was eating cherries earlier or anything. I don't know if that's part of that filter or what, but I noticed it looks like I have lipstick on or something. Whatever. That's today's TikTok filter. Today is an unusual show because I have nothing to eat. I'm not drinking coffee. I'm not showing you any animals in my yard this week. A lot of my segments, I don't have anything for. One is it's still 88 degrees here, and I don't really want to drink coffee right now. Because we're heading out of town, we're not purchasing any new snacks or anything like that. And I have another animal to show you that was in my yard, but it's another bird. I thought I'd just spread that out, so I'll wait on that. But I hope you love playing the games I play on here as much as I love them. So let's play Wordle. Okay, I have not played this today, so let's get the Wordle music going to fill the void. Again, I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. I'm not going to look at the chat. Julie C., welcome in. I just looked at the chat. Timothy Rainwaters, welcome in. Thanks for being here. So I'm just going to play this. I'm going to start out with the word audio. And that gave me nothing. The word I usually go to next, for some reason, is plead. All right, so we have an L and an E, and the L is in the right spot. So maybe a word that begins with F. F, L. Did I use all the... Oh, I did. Okay, so the only vowel is E, and maybe there's two E's. I don't know. But it's not the next letter. So let me see what's remaining here. I don't think the first letter's an F. Maybe it's a G. I'm changing my mind. How do you spell glean? Is that two E's or E-A? I'm going to try two E's. It's E-A. Okay. All right, so it's not glean. This third letter wouldn't be an E, Jim. So, well, that's throwing me. Wait a minute. Maybe the first letter is an E. E. Oh, I'm lost. Elven? Is that a word? Like somebody of the elf, I don't know. It's not that, but that was a word. Okay, so there's only one E. Am I missing a vowel? A, E, I, O, U. There are only E's. So, does the word end E-E? I don't know. I wanted to be fast about this. All right, I'm looking at the chat. Birdwell, welcome in. Globe. Oh, there's no O though. Oh, I like that. Noah says keep the F. F-L. Flyer. Hey, thanks, Noah. I had after a bit, I had a feeling the Y was in there somewhere, but I wasn't making the connection immediately. And then I saw Noah's comment. I think he whispered it. Keep the F in there. Yeah, thanks. The other game I like to play after Wordle quite often is Framed, and I have not played that since last week. So let's share my screen here. Framed shows us a frame from a movie, and we have to guess what movie that is. And if we don't guess it, it shows us another frame. So the earlier you can guess it, the better you feel about yourself. All right, can I get rid of that ad? All right. This looks familiar. It looks like somebody in a burnt umber. No, it's like an orangish sweater. Somebody in a sweater is holding a necklace that a little kid in a sweater is grabbing. I will look at the chat for help with this. This looks familiar, but I can't place it. I don't know. That's a cable knit sweater that the kid's wearing. Dad Builds, welcome in. And Cynthia is also here. Hello to you. I hope you're well. Movie Mania Nick, this seems like because it's film based, maybe this is right up your alley and can help out. Is that a giant ruby in the necklace? Is this a real gem? I don't know. Our focus is on that necklace. The background's out of focus. Not that matters, I guess, but that is the most important thing they want to show us. Is this an heirloom handed down to a small child in a family? I don't know. Oh, it's Cruella. I have seen that. And that must be why it looks familiar to me. All right, I'll type it in. Cruella. And it's in the database. You got it, Birdwell. Well done. Did anybody else get that? I don't know, but we got a winner in the chat. Well, what other frames were they going to show us? I think because this was a costume party, that would have thrown me. I still wouldn't have made the Cruella connection here. Let's see what the third one would be. Still wouldn't have gotten it. Would have gotten it with this one. I think yeah. The hair. And definitely this one. This was a cool... This movie, with the music and the fashion, it was really slickly done. And it's this part of the movie in one of Cruella's fashion shows where he's... this henchman is playing the guitar. He's actually playing I Want to Be Your Dog by the Stooges. Well, that was a cool part of the movie. Didn't expect to hear it either. And then, yeah, absolutely would have gotten that. All right. Well, thank you for your help. Let's play Chrono Photo. Okay. Chrono Photo is a game where we're going to be shown 5 pictures. And we have to guess in which year these pictures were taken. Really have a lot of ads on this screen. Oh well. Now at the bottom of the screen here, you can see this slider. That's how we are to make our selection on what year we believe this picture to be taken. The first year can be as early as 1900, and the most recent year we can guess is 2022. So we'll put it back at 1960, where it started. And today's first picture. Oh, by the way, they'll award us 1,000 points for each picture if we get them correct. So depending on how closely we get to the actual year that the picture was taken, they give us more points. And if we hit a bullseye, we get the 1,000 points. So possible 5,000 points here. I went full screen. But then I can't see the slider. Where'd the slider go? Anyway, this looks World War II-ish to me, just at first glance. And I'm not an expert for this time period, but that looks like a World War II era fighter plane. Maybe Korea? I don't know. Sir Gary of the Beaches, welcome in. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for stopping by. Just in time for Chrono Photo. All right, let's see some of your guesses. Nick says 1942. Donna says 42. PTV says 42. Okay. And there are other guesses. I see a 1928, a 1923. Zoom in on the tail. I'm doing that for you because that tells me nothing, but again, I don't know much about aircraft. Timothy Rainwaters, pardon me, hang on, sorry. Laugh at me if you choose. I had a frog in my throat. Timothy Rainwater says that's a 1943 Tomcat? Really? All right, I'm guessing 43. Yeah, let's do that. When I see something like that posted, I'm good with it. All right, 1943, 1944. Okay, great guess. Thank you for your knowledge. We got 924 out of a possible 1,000 points. I will take that every day. What's our next picture? Oh, not a clue. All right. What flag is that? Is that? I mean, it's bunched up, but it looks like it could be 3 broad stripes, a white one on the top. I don't know. It's a black and white picture. That's not France. No, it wouldn't be. No. Let's zoom into some of the people. I don't see anybody on a smartphone. I'm kidding. I think this is earlier than what we just had. But not much earlier. Maybe the 30s is my first guess. Maybe somebody has better knowledge of where this is and what world event we're looking at in this picture. I don't recognize anybody up here. Looks like law enforcement or military. This guy is starting the race near the end of the movie Grease. No, that's not it at all. I don't really. My best guess is 30s sometime. So I turn to the chat. Noah says 1914, which could be. I don't know. Paul says 22. Oh, Chris says, is that a German flag? It very well could be. So, 30s. Maybe. I don't remember the order of the colors on the German flag, but could be. I don't know it. Donna says 34. Nick says 1918. PTV says 37. Cynthia says 35. The reason I think it's the 30s is because of the hat wear. These look like... This isn't turn of the century. This isn't... these aren't those straw hats that most men wore in the pictures that we see from, say, the 20s and earlier. So these hats look more World War II era to me. But I like the 30s. I like the mid 30s. So right there, 35. I'm guessing 1935. Here we go. 31. Wow. Okay, we were in the ballpark. We earned 708 points, bringing us to 1,632 points out of a possible 2,000. That's not bad. Okay, another black and white picture. What does the truck say? Library service? Is that what that says? That doesn't help, but it's cool that we could see that. the clothes. I'm looking at the clothes over here. The tucked in white shirt. A lot of what I make connections with in these pictures are from movies, and when I see an outfit like that, this gentleman is wearing the white buttoned shirt tucked into his shorts. I think of movies like A Bronx Tale or Raging Bull, and these movies are from the take place in the 40s and the 50s. So my initial guess is maybe it's sometime in the 50s. The truck, I can't. I don't know what year or model this truck is. It's a service utility truck. The clothes on the rest of the people, other than this lady over here, I don't know. There's not a lot other than some of these clothes. I don't exactly know where this is. I turn to the chat. Keith says 1960. Paul 63. Donna says 62. Cynthia says 54. We have a 1959 from Noah and a 57 from Nick. PTV says 59. It's hard to see the front of the truck, but maybe late 50s. Again, with the clothes and the we had a couple of 1959s. We had a 57, 54. I'm going to go 58. Nobody guessed that. But me! I'm just going to guess 58. And what is it? 61. Okay. Great guessing, everybody. 777 points earned that time. We have over 2,400 points. Our fourth picture out of 5. Oh, this guy's got... Is that a Windows 95 shirt? I don't see a 95. There's something else there. I can't get in too close because I lose resolution, but... boy, this is when Bill Gates was really into ice cream. I don't know who these people are. It looks like they're launching water balloons, so this is some sort of... picnic, company picnic, family reunion. I don't know. Do we recognize anybody? I do not. Tie-dye shirt over here. I can't see what else is on anybody's shirt. Shoes. This isn't going to help much either. Looks like some New Balance hiking shoes. These sandals are Teva sandals. Those started getting popular in the 90s. It looks like it's from, that box looks like it's from Lowe's. Doesn't really help. Cargo pants, again, popular in the 90s. What brand Windows is this? That's and how old is that shirt? I don't know. But they're all wearing white t-shirts, or most of them. I don't see anything on their white shirts. So is that guy just an outlier? Is he not part of Microsoft? I don't know. Lawn chairs. I'm guessing late 90s, maybe 99. If this is Windows 95 or maybe 98, certainly after that. I mean, it could be in the 2000s, I suppose. Wait, what's this lady doing back here? Offering food, but not really. She's wearing mom jeans, big in the 90s. Yeah, I don't know for sure. So I turned to the chat. Let's see. I've got to go back a bit. Okay, Donna says 98. Noah 97. Oh, Windows ME. Let me look. Is that what that is? I forgot all about that one. Windows ME. You might be right, because that's not a number. It looks like it could be an ME. Well done, PTV. Nick says 96. Keith 99. Paul 96. Cynthia 95. PTV says 99 to 2000. I'm in agreement with you, I think. Yeah. Simba 2, welcome in. You are not late. You are right on time for this part of the show. Thanks for being here. I'm guessing 99. That's my guess. But Windows ME, when did that come out? There was a Windows 2000. Was Windows ME after that? I don't know. I don't care. Let's get 2000. I'm guessing 2000. Final answer. Hey! Okay, we have 3,400 points. We're doing fairly well here. Last picture. This looks like a movie set. That little train track on the ground looks like it could be part of a dolly system for a film camera. This looks like it could be the 1960s. The cars, certainly, if this is a period piece, then we're in trouble. It could be filmed at any time. But the picture is looks like a square. But all right, the people in the back don't look like part of the cast. I see bell bottoms on everybody. Does anybody recognize these people? I don't think I do. We've got the Volkswagen Bug back there. We have some sort of van, maybe. Microbus. I don't know what that is back there. Early 70s, maybe on this. I don't know if this is. And I'm just guessing that this is part of a movie set because of the dolly track. What about these people back here? I don't know. I don't recognize anybody. So I look to the chat. Let's see. 70, 84, 87, 83. I've got late 70s, early 80s. Paul says 77. Simba 2 says 79. Cynthia 79. My mom is sorry that she's late. Hi, Mom. Keith says bell-bottom jeans are from 75 to the early 80s. Very early 80s. I like mid-70s. 75? You guys are saying 77? Nobody's mentioning that anybody looks familiar here. Marlene, welcome to the show. And thank you for your guess of 1976. I think I'm going to go with 77. I'm going to go 77. Final answer. 75. We were in the ballpark. We earned 849 points for that one, bringing us to a grand total of 4,258 points out of a possible 5,000. We got 84% of the possible points. That's pretty good. This can be a tough game, and I think we did well. All right. It's time for intermission, and when we get back, I'm going to give you this week's top 15 list. Please stick around.
Here's a food delicacy you'll surely enjoy. It's new, it's different. Hot Italian meatball sandwich, just like Mama made. You'll find them freshly made in a crisp Italian roll at our refreshment stand.
Welcome back. Today's top 15 list. I've been watching some shows this summer, and I've been watching shows all year. Can I just say I've been watching shows my whole life? Anyway, I thought I'd share with you what I feel are the top 15 shows I've watched so far this year. Now, I haven't watched 15 shows this year. Not completely. Not like full seasons, certainly. I've seen parts of seasons. I've bailed on some shows. Those are all in the list because, well, I needed 15. Anyway, what you're about to see is a list of shows that weren't all necessarily released this year, but I've watched them this year. So that's where I'm coming from. So let me put that here. Anybody just joining us can read what the list is all about. I'll try. I didn't write anything down. I didn't copy and paste anything to read about any of these shows, so I'm going to do my best. Some of these shows I won't have great memories of, or exactly how much I enjoyed them. But just before the live stream, I did try to put this list in an order of from worst to first. So the bottom of the list are the shows that I didn't care for as much as the shows at the top of the list. So let's start out number 15, Hoarders. Now I've seen Hoarders a bunch of times, and it's a fascinating show. I believe it originally aired on A&E, and if you want to watch it now, I believe you go to Hulu. Can't be positive about that. Frankly, my wife's the one that watches this, and I come in and I join her, so I don't know on which streaming service this is. But we watch Hoarders to keep ourselves from accumulating too much, because we don't want to end up like those people. But seriously, it's interesting. We enjoy the people that are on the show week after week, like the psychologists and the organizing people, the junk people. The regulars on the show are so patient, usually patient with these people that have this hoarding disorder, and they have the patience of a saint. Those people, and they do what they can. I mean, they're not forcing anybody to do anything. They have to try to convince people, hey, you've got a problem, and we need to clean up your house and yard, your entire lot, or else you're going to be evicted, or you're going to lose your house, or it's going to collapse on you because you haven't taken care of it. Whatever. There are some really interesting ones. on this show. Hello, Mr. Fulton Mraz. Welcome in. And happy birthday, Swollen Melon. Welcome in. Hoarders makes me feel better about my hoarding. So you're a mild hoarder. Well, we all have to start somewhere. Let's see what's next. Number 14 on my list is a show called Citadel. I remembered I gathered pictures here. This is an Amazon original, and I can only remember that because it says so on the picture I found. It stars Priyanka Chopra Jonas and that other guy. Anyway, it's a spy show, and there's a bit of science fiction to it because there's this potion that they took that makes them. I don't remember. I bailed on this show. I didn't watch it all. The reason we started watching it is because we read that part of it was filmed in Valencia, Spain, and specifically right by the Valencia, Spain campus of Florida State University. And indeed, in maybe the third episode or whatever, we saw where the boy was took classes this spring semester. So that was pretty cool, but then it just didn't grab us. We abandoned it. I suppose if it were on and I picked up where I left off, maybe I'd watch another episode, but I'm not looking to do that. We've really moved on to other shows. So Citadel for us is a pass. It started out kind of interesting. It just didn't hold our attention. Let's see. Dad Builds. I saw a report that Citadel was considered a failed series. I liked it, but it did not get the numbers Amazon expected. It had an interesting premise, but it was so long ago. I can't speak too much about it because I don't remember it. Other than we went on to other things. All right, number 13 on the list of shows I've watched so far this year. This is a show called High Desert. This is another show we started and abandoned. But this one, unlike Citadel, I think if there were nothing else on, I would pick this one back up. This show is, I think it's on Apple TV Plus or whatever that is. You're looking at Patricia Arquette, and this takes place, I think, in Vegas or near Vegas. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Or Reno, I can't remember. Or maybe not that at all. Anyway, Patricia Arquette plays this character who's kind of a grifter, sort of a loser, but very bright, very street smart. And she's trying to get her life in order, and she goes to work for a private detective played by Brad Garrett, who is very funny. You may know Brad Garrett from Everyone Loves Raymond, and he's the voice of many minor Pixar characters. But he's the guy with the deep voice, very tall comedian. Anyway, High Desert was interesting. It's funny. Who else was in it? Matt Dillon plays her ex-husband, or no, estranged husband. He went to jail, so they weren't seeing because he was part of her con game, or maybe it was his con game. I don't remember. Anyway, Bernadette Peters is in this show, who plays a woman that played her mother, actually. Yeah, played Patricia Arquette's mother in it. Okay. But we abandoned it. But I would, if nothing else, I'd go back to High Desert. Again, I think that's on Apple. I don't really know. Next. 12. This was a documentary, a limited series, I think 4 episodes in this. It was called Madoff, the Monster of Wall Street. And as you may have guessed, it's about Bertie Madoff, which I've heard the term Ponzi scheme, and I knew of Bertie Madoff and his arrest and conviction for his Ponzi scheme, but I didn't really know what a Ponzi scheme was. Well, through this, and this was a entertaining, informative little docu-series on Netflix. I think it was Netflix, where I learned what a Ponzi scheme was. I have since forgotten. But this was a documentary, and it was 4 episodes. They were all kind of long, if I remember correctly. So maybe it took us a couple days to watch it all. But it was interesting, and I enjoy documentaries. On my list, this is the only documentary, though. I haven't watched enough of them, I guess. Or maybe the other ones were movies. I don't have movies on this list. These are all TV shows or limited series on whatever streaming service. So, yeah, number 12 was Madoff, the Monster of Wall Street. And, again, a documentary. Let's see here. Oh, that's right, PTV. High Desert was directed by Jay Roach, who directed the Austin Powers movies and is married to Susanna Hoffs of the Bangles. And I remember they used, in a flashback scene that took place in the 80s, they used a song from the Bangles during it. I do remember that. Thanks for the ringing that memory bell. Is that a saying? I don't even know. Next, number 11 on my list of shows I've watched this year. The White Lotus. There are 2 seasons of The White Lotus. We watched the first season completely, and we started watching the second season and then bailed. Again, I might pick it up at some time. I enjoyed the first season of The White Lotus. This is an HBO show. And what's the actress's name? Jennifer Coolidge. I believe she won an Emmy Award for her performance in this. The White Lotus is a resort on Hawaii, I think. It's been a while. But it's an ensemble cast. You can... I'm trying to think of any other person in the cast. I'm looking at a picture and I can't... No, I can't come up with any names. I don't know the names of these actors. The guy in the front is from That Thing You Do. Can't remember his name. Connie Britton. That's the one in the hat. All right, I just remembered her name. She's in it. Yeah. I'm blanking on everybody else. Anyway, we watched season 1. We liked it. Season 2 started. And it's not a whole new cast. It's mostly a new cast. Jennifer Coolidge. And the gentleman that plays Uncle Rico in Napoleon Dynamite. He's in both seasons as well. Yeah, The White Lotus. It's okay. Friday Night Lights. Yes. No, it wasn't Jason Bateman. I don't remember. Anyway, number 10. This is a show, limited series called Welcome to Chippendales, starring Kumail Nanjiani. This is based on a true story. You can see this on Hulu. And this was good. Kumail Nanjiani is good. He's normally funny, but this wasn't a comedic role, although there are funny things in this. The story of Chippendales being a male strip club in California, the story of the development, the creation of Chippendales and its downfall it involves as you might imagine, sex, drugs. What you might not imagine is it involves murder as well. And it's all about this. So it takes place in the 80s or 90s, maybe both. I don't remember. Maybe the 70s? I don't remember now. It was a while ago. Maybe started out in the late 70s. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it was all right. It was good. But there won't be a second season of this. This was a limited series telling you the story of Chippendales. And the character that Kumail Nanjiani plays was the founder, the creator of that. So it was interesting to see and learn about the story of that. And Chris Farley is not in it. Let's see. Moving on. All right, number 9 on my list of things I've watched this year. This might be the only network series on my list. It's a show called Ghosts. It's a half-hour sitcom, but it's not in a studio audience. It's not a multicam. It's a single camera, so it's filmed like a movie would be. And there's no studio audience, there's no laugh track or anything like that. But Ghosts is the story of this the couple in the front, and I don't know anybody's name in this cast. Anyway, but they're all good. They're a married couple, and they inherit an old inn or homestead in, I think, maybe Connecticut, from a dead relative of hers, and she was the only heir, so she inherited this very old house. And while they're renovating it, I think she's electrocuted or something, and then when she comes to, she's able to see ghosts. And all of the people that are surrounding them in the frame, the couple, those are the ghosts that live in that house, and they are bound to that house. And some of those ghosts have been there for hundreds of years, and some have been there for just a dozen or so. So there's a Native American ghost. There's a ghost from the Revolutionary War. There's a hippie. There's a Viking. There's a Wall Street bro. The guy on the right is an 80s Boy Scout leader. There is a jazz singer from the 30s. And the final ghost is, I think, from the turn of the 20th century, maybe. Anyway, it's amusing. I think we watched almost all of the second season, which is the most recent one. There might be an episode or two we missed, but we would revisit that because it's, again, short. Shows are only about a half an hour long, and it's a comedy, so it's funny. Anyway, Ghosts. That's on CBS, so you can watch it on Paramount Plus, I guess. Or I don't know if it's actually on CBS or just the streaming service. That picture said CBS on it, though. So maybe it is on CBS. I don't know. Pete the Boy Scout. Oh yeah, Keith, that's right. There was a ghost bound to a car. That's right. That's not Aziz Ansari. Whatever that actor's name was in Pitch Perfect, the first Pitch Perfect movie. He was part of one of the a cappella groups. Anyway, I don't know his name. Next. Oh, it's 7:55. I gotta get going. Number 8. The next 3 shows all have something similar in that they're a dystopian future, and I don't know how we got on to these type of shows. It's not something I normally seek out, but we ended up watching 3 shows of a similar ilk. The first one being a show called Silo, and this is on Apple TV Plus. And the story behind this show is there's one season of it so far. I think they're making a second season. There are 10,000 people that live in a giant silo that was built to house people. And it has 100 and some different floors on it. And the reason they all live in a silo is because they can't go outside because it's toxic out there. Something happened to the planet, and everybody died except for the people that live in this silo. Everybody died because it's toxic outside, or so we think. And I'll leave it at that. The series started out with Jones, not Nora Jones, Rashida Jones was in the first episode, and I thought she was going to be the main character, but she's not. This lady is, this actress who is also in the new Mission Impossible movie. I think her name is Rebecca Ferguson, but I'm not certain. So anyway, silo, all these people live in a silo, and there's, people have different jobs. This character worked keeping the generator alive and well maintained. And this silo has been there for a couple hundred years. And things from the past before the silo are not allowed. They call them relics, and if you're caught with a relic, it's against the law and you're arrested. So there's a lot of stuff going on there for Silo. Of the 3 post-Armageddon shows we've watched, this was the third one for us. So the next one we watched of a similar story, The Last of Us. This was also... No, not also on Apple. This is on HBO, and this stars Pedro Pascal, who you might know from The Mandalorian. And again, I don't remember the reason why mankind... there was an illness. That's right. There was an illness... some sort of illness, some sort of flu or something that was killing people fast, but some people survived, and so now the survivors live in something that's not dissimilar from The Walking Dead, for example, but there are people when they're infected with this, they're not slow-moving zombies, but they're faster, and much like the movie World War Z starring Brad Pitt, kind of like those zombies. But this was interesting, and it got better the more the season went on. And I believe there'll be a second season of this eventually. But The Last of Us, he needs to deliver this little girl somewhere else, so it's about them braving the landscape of this post pandemic world, or whatever it was. So yeah, Tony, welcome in on Break at Work. Thank you for the thumbs up, and I hope you're doing well. We're counting down the top 15 shows I've watched this year. Number 6 on my list, and the third of the 3 event. Oh no! Wait! I'm sorry. The Last of Us was some sort of fungus. That's right. Some sort of fungus, and that's right. This, however, was an illness, like a flu, and that wiped out most of humanity. Station 11 did not come out this past year, but I watched it this year. I didn't know about it, and this was the third of the shows with a pandemic or some sort of life-altering event on Earth. There's 2 different posters here. This was on. We watched it on Max or HBO, and there was a flu, and it wiped out a lot of humanity. And the season follows a bunch of people, and a lot of them took refuge in an airport. Some are part of a traveling Shakespearean troupe. And what was really interesting to me was that this story took place around Lake Michigan. The traveling Shakespeare troupe would travel on what they would call the circle, I think, the cycle, which was a like a tour path around Lake Michigan. So they would go through the upper peninsula of Michigan and head down toward the lower peninsula of Michigan. And these are, I'm from Michigan, so that was very interesting to me. The place where the airport was listed as having been is a fictional city, but for those of you interested in it was about here, if this is your map of Michigan, and it is mine. So that's where the airport was in the show. I forget what they even called it. Anyway, but so we watched the whole season of this, and it was different because in those other shows like The Walking Dead and The Last of Us, they're looking out for other survivors. That's the main threat. And in this one, people are, although there's a bit of that, people are just looking to survive and thrive. So, of the three shows where there was some sort of catastrophic event, this was the one I liked best. Station 11. Number 5 on the list is The Mandalorian. I watched season 3 of this. I started watching it at work during lunch, and here it is again. And I gotta say, season 3 was interesting because we got to learn a lot more about Mandalorians, which was interesting to me. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. I enjoy it, and I enjoy The Mandalorian, and it's number 5 on my list. So I don't know if people have problems with The Mandalorian. I don't. I find it enjoyable. Grogu is cute, of course. And the story of the Mandalorians trying to regroup and rebuild was kind of cool. And Jon Favreau, the writer, creator of the show, is doing a really cool job. He has... Watching The Mandalorian, it's what Star Wars fans always wanted Star Wars to be. It seems like Star Wars fans only like 2 movies. Episode 4 and Episode 5, and then the rest they can discard. But I think even Star Wars diehards enjoy The Mandalorian. I could be wrong about that. I'm not one, so I don't truly know. But, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Number 4 on my list. Poker Face. This is an interesting show. It was on it still is on Peacock. And now I can't remember her name. She was on Orange is the New Black. She was in the American Pie movies, I think. She was in she's got that gravelly voice. Anyway, this is her show. And I think she co-produces it with Ryan Johnson, who co-created it and wrote some of the episodes. And I'll say this. If you liked Columbo, if you like the show Columbo, that's what this show is based on. This is just a modern-day Columbo. Now, what is her name? I can't remember. Somebody will put it in the... Somebody will put it in the chat, please. Anyway, she's not a detective. She doesn't work for the police. Instead, she is a she has this ability to know when people are lying. And she goes around, she's on the run. She's on the run from a bad guy. And as she's on the run, every episode she's in a new town and she encounters a new murder. And the episode is set up where, like Columbo, you know who the murderer is. And the episode is like in Columbo, watching Columbo figure out who the murderer is. And it's based on that. You know who the murderer is in every episode, and you watch her figure it out. I can't think of her name. Anyway, it's enjoyable. There's some strong language, but a lot of guest stars in this, and we watched the whole series, the whole episode, and enjoyed it. It's number 4 on my list. Yeah, Poker Face, which is on Peacock. So if you like Columbo, you will see a lot of similarities in Poker Face. Okay. Nobody with her name? I don't got it. Anyway, number 3 on my list is Ted Lasso. You know about Ted Lasso. Everybody that watches Ted Lasso loves Ted Lasso, and so do I. I do have 2 other shows higher on my list. This was the 3rd and final season that I watched this year of Ted Lasso. Natasha Lyonne, thank you, PTV. Thank you for looking that up. Or maybe you knew it. Natasha Lyonne. It was kind of driving me crazy that I didn't want to look it up myself. Thank you. You get one of these. Anyway, the 3rd and final season of Ted Lasso with Jason Sudeikis, anyway. There might be more. They haven't really said. They haven't ruled it out. Russian Doll, she was in that. That's right. Surf Bum, welcome in. You've probably been here a half an hour. I just saw your name. And what was I saying? It was a pretty good season. Ted Lasso is one of those shows, much like Schitt's Creek, where everybody in it's nice for the most part. And it's a feel-good show, and you like seeing the nice people succeed and do nice things and be nice to each other. So it's funny. You know about Ted Lasso. What's number 2 on my list? What's better than Ted Lasso, you're asking yourselves? I don't know if it is. I made this list right before the show. So I might switch this up. But we just started watching Peaky Blinders. My son had watched this a while ago. You can find it on Netflix. It's a British show. They said it's a Netflix original, but I know it's also made in conjunction with the BBC, starring Cillian Murphy. Is that his name? Man, I can't think of anybody's name. The dude that's in the Oppenheimer movie. Anyway, Peaky Blinders, the first season takes place in 1919, shortly after the First World War, and it's about a family, like a gangster family in Birmingham. And I think there are 6 seasons, 6 episodes per season. This show started in 2013. And the last season was the final one, and it was just last year. But we just started watching this recently. We watched the first 2 seasons, and we started season 3. And we're enjoying it. It is a gangster movie, a British gangster TV show, rather. So, Cillian Murphy. Thank you. Michelle's husband watched Ted Lasso and enjoyed it. Absolutely. It's a great show. And so far, Peaky Blinders has been great, too. It's about the Shelby family, and Cillian Murphy plays Tommy Shelby, kind of the head of the family, and he's smart and measured and but he's not always unscathed, so there's danger. But the fact that I know there are 6 seasons and he's in every one of them, I know the danger is not that dire. Anyway. All right, so that was second on my list. Thank you for using IMDb, Pepper Tree Villa. What's number 1 on my list? Number 1 on my list, this is the 2nd season of this show, The Bear. Originally on FX, and I believe you can watch it on Hulu now. The Bear is about this guy, and he is a world-class chef from Chicago, and he came back from New York to run his family's eatery, which was being run by his older brother that committed suicide. So there's a bit of drama going on in the show, but there's a lot of humor, and this show gets universal praise for being a accurate representation of the restaurant industry. The staff at his restaurant, you can see them lined up there on the poster. Everybody's good in this. In the first season, there was an episode where there was like a 17-minute shot. It was all one take, and they never cut, and it took place during a very busy moment at this restaurant. It was so well done. It was so cool. And the show kind of flew under the radar for its first season, but in the second season, it garnered a lot of guest stars. People wanted to be a part of this show, and it's on Hulu. Thank you, PTV. The Bear in its second season had another really cool shot, much like that long one take shot. It did another one of those. It was really cool. They do some really interesting things with their camera work. The writing is good. These characters seem multi-layered. We watched the complete second season as well, where we can't wait for a third. It's a really enjoyable show. Some of the guest stars, I can't think of anybody's name. Why would I even start a sentence like that? But it's a dramedy. Is that a thing? There's a lot of drama because everybody in the show is dysfunctional. That family that owns that restaurant, they are dysfunctional. One of the guest stars I just remembered was Jamie Lee Curtis, who plays the mother in the show. John Bernthal is in it. Joel McHale is in a guest star. And others. The actress that played... oh, man. Why did I start that sentence? I can't think. Anyway. Look it up. The Bear has been my favorite show of the first 6 months of 2013 that we've watched. We've enjoyed it quite a bit. That's my list. It is 8:15. I want to remind you, I don't know if it started already. Rob Fuzz is having a premiere. He said he's having a premiere after my show. So please, Cynthia's saying, check out A Small Light. I will. A Small Light. I will look that up. Thank you. Oliver Platt. That's right. Oliver Platt is it, but he's a cast member. He's not a guest star. He's part of the regular cast. That's right. I forgot about him. Anywho, let's go over to Rob Fuzz's channel. He's the one I make this sound for. And let's watch his premiere. I don't know what it is because I got word of it right before my show. And it's probably retro Disney. We love that. So I'll see you over at Rob Fuzz's channel. I will not have a show next week, so I will see you in 2 weeks. Until then, thanks for being here, and good night.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.